It's Miss Tanya, Daycare Chronicles 101, and here's your tip for today. You need to transition your child in. I am not a provider that will just accept a child with not seeing them. I will have an orientation with the parent. I will ask the parent to bring the child with them. If they cannot, I will do the orientation, but I still need you to bring that child back for me to see them before we can even continue with the process. Separation anxiety is real. And if you have a child that has never been in daycare before, they definitely pretty much need to be transitioned. If it depends on the age though. If you have a child that's like a newborn or something like that, that's a little different. I still have the parent bring them maybe 2 times, just so they're kind of familiar with the area, with the scent, with my scent, everything. If you have one that's a toddler that has never been, then you may have to come 3 or 4 times before you can actually start. That's just my process, because separation anxiety is real. And parents will come and be like, oh, I like the daycare, I want my child to start tomorrow. No, I don't know your child. Your child doesn't know me. Your child is familiar with my home. I'm not that provider who can deal with crying all day. To me, it's just unfair to the child. It's unfair to the other children that are in daycare. And parents, you must take your child's feelings into consideration. I have a 24-hour facility Monday through Friday. So for evening care, I always ask the parent, has this child ever been away from home in the evening? If the parent says no, I definitely want to speak with the child. I want to know how the child feels about my home. I want to know what the child likes to do, what their interests are, so that I have those things to make that transition a lot smoother. Children have feelings, and we need to consider their feelings at all times. I just think that it's totally unfair just to drop a child off to someone that they've never seen before. As adults, when we start a new job, or if we're going somewhere, with a new group of people, sometimes, we get a little queasy in the stomach, little butterflies. Well, how do you think a child would feel? So the tip for today is transitioning is so important when it comes to family daycare. Some providers may not do it. I get it. But I have providers DMing me all the time about children that are having problems, just adjusting to the daycare. And my first thing is, did you transition them? Transitioning is so important. It's so important. And it's so unfair to the child if you don't do this. Now, I will say this. I've had some children who came in day one and they were okay, but the transitioning does make it easier. So parents, trust me when I tell you this. If your provider does not even offer transitioning, ask her, what is your method? What are you going to do if my child is screaming and hollering all day? How will you comfort him? These are questions that parents need to ask. Do you have a certain area where you can take the child? Is there someone that will be able to take the child to another area just to comfort and console them if they're having a hard time? Because the transitioning will help in that process. I hope you enjoyed the tip.